Hi there, my name is Victoria and I'm a real estate consultant right here in Lagos State, Nigeria. I would advise you watch this video till the end, especially if you're a first-time property buyer, or not just even for first-time buyers, for investors who have been buying properties regularly. I'm sure you learn one or two things from this video. No knowledge is a waste, like they say. And especially, yes, especially if you're in diaspora, this will be really, really helpful to you. Okay, so before we get into the business of the day, I would like you to hit the subscribe button if you're yet to do that. Take a second to subscribe to my channel and please turn your notification on so that when I post subsequent videos, you'll be among the first to get notified. Like I always say, I bring good deals here, and I also give tips that are helpful that will guide you through your real estate investment journey, and that is not something that you would want to miss out on. So subscribe, hit the turn on your notification, share this video to people you think it would be helpful to. All right, so having done that, let's get into the business of the day. Okay, so I always advise that beyond just seeing a property, liking it, that property having a good title, being in a strategic location, being in a good location, there is also an important factor that you should look out for, that you should consider before buying any property, no matter how good that property or appealing it is to you. Because if you don't get it right in this factor that I'm about to talk about right now, if you don't get it right there, you might not really get what you want from that investment. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about your purpose for buying a property. What is your purpose for buying a property? That is the first question that you should answer. And then when you've gotten that, then that will determine the location that you should buy into. As little as this information might sound, but then I've heard stories where people invested in properties, and at the end of the day, especially for people in diaspora, because you don't reside there, so you don't know, the environment that these properties are located. You don't really know what the environment looks like, if it is fit or not for what you want to do. So I've heard stories where people bought properties, and then when they eventually visited the country, to see those properties, they were sort of discouraged and had regret. So like I said, the purpose of you buying a property is what will determine the location that you should buy that property, because there are some locations that work for some certain purpose of investment. If you, for example, okay, let me just share a life story with you. I came across a client that told me about a property he bought. He wanted to build a year later. So he saw this property online, contacted the realtor, then went ahead to buy the property. So during the course of payment, because he was doing the installment payments, when he visited the country and saw the property, he was really, really bitter, because he definitely could not, that was not a place where he could build in a year time. And there was no way he could, he was already committed to it. So it's either he continues to make payments or he gets a refund. And getting a refund means a deduction of his money. And so he had no choice than to just continue paying, even though that was not what he wanted. And that is not something that I would want you to go through. So please, before you buy any property, let the realtor define your purpose to that realtor, even if the realtor does not ask, which I expect it is the only professional that you ask. Because I've had people who come to me for properties, and then I ask them why they want to buy these properties. And when they tell me their reason, sometimes I have to recommend something that's different from the property that actually brought them to me, and then they end up buying it and liking it. So please, before you buy any property, define your purpose for buying that property. Because for instance, you want to buy a property, say just like the person I narrated, you want to buy a property that you want to start building immediately, or say in a year time, then you should look at places like Ajah. You should look at places like I won't say Lekki Phase 1 and all of that, because land there are quite scarce. So you can look at places, if you're talking about finished built houses, then you can buy properties there. But for land that you want to build on, you can look at places like Ajah, you can look at Sangotedo, Abijo, Awoyaya. Now these places are fully developed, especially Sangotedo, Abijo, Ajah. These places are fully developed and really habitable. So these are places that, and they're quite affordable. Yes, we have properties that are quite affordable there. So these are places that you can buy and start building immediately or even in a year time. But then if you want to invest for, should I say, for future purpose, something that you don't want to use now, you want to just keep, let it be appreciating. And then you can go to Ekpe, to Bbnaija, Lekki. In fact, those locations are highly recommended for such kind of investment. So please, before you invest in any property, get your purpose right so that the purpose for investing would be fulfilled. Because, like I always say, as important as it is to buy property, but then it is very important that you buy right. Because what's the essence of buying a property when it would not satisfy the need for which you're buying it? All right, so having said that, one more thing I would like you to be enlightened on is the land sizes. I'll talk very briefly on that. Now, I've heard people call me a couple of times and then they say, Victoria, in your videos, you always mention this is 600 square meters, this is 500, this is 300. What does that mean? We don't understand. Okay, so before now, I'll only be talking about land sizes in Lagos, because land sizes, the way it is measured, varies from state to state in Nigeria. So I'll be talking about Lagos alone. So before now, one plot was measured for 600 square meters. Then half plot was 300 square meters. But currently, a standard plot in Lagos State is being measured for 500 square meters. Now, 500 square meters, if you want to measure it in feet, that's 50 by 100, and then 600 square meters is 60 by 120. Why it is very essential that you understand these land sizes is this. When you want to build a house, now the type of property you want to build would also determine the land size that you're to buy. For instance, and that will help you save. Well, for instance, you want to build a 2 or 3 bedroom duplex that can take like 2 to 3 car parking space, then 300 square meters will give you just that. It will give you absolutely that. But when you want to build, say, a 5 bedroom fully detached duplex that is quite spacious, quite massive, then you can go for the 500 square meters, because it won't be nice to, have in mind to build a 5 bedroom fully detached massive duplex and then you buy 300 square meters because it is affordable. It won't give you what you want. So understanding land sizes helps to guide you, to know the suitable land size to buy for the particular building type that you want to construct. That is all I have for today. I said I wanted to make this video as brief as possible, but then if there are other informations you'd like to get from me, if you'd like to make inquiries about anything at all, be it properties you want to buy or anything about real estate, please feel free to reach out to me on that number that is displayed on your screen. Sorry, I'm always available to talk to you, and I'll be glad to be at your service. Call me and let's rub minds together and talk about real estate. So thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope you were able to learn 1 or 2 things from this video, and don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification on. Till I come your way next time, it was a pleasure gracing your screen. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, stay amazing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.